How to get rich out of nowhere for beginners. Welcome to our channel, the Enchanted Luxury Studio, where we talk about wealth and luxury. No matter what your economic condition is, where you live, and what you do, you can always make it possible to jump from living paycheck to paycheck to earning 7 figures a year at the very least. However, becoming rich is not something that happens overnight, and just like anything else in life, the most challenging part always lies at the beginning of the journey. But don't worry, we got it all covered in this video. Here's the fun part. We're going to have our self-made billionaire friend, Mr. Grant Cardone, helps us in the discussion as we pull out some pointers from his millionaire booklet. Cardone owns and operates 4 companies that accumulate nearly $100 million annual sales, so we certainly have an expert here. For Cardone, it only takes a few simple steps to get rich. Strengthen your mental commitment. Mind conditioning is an essential step of the wealth building process, thus, it is something that needs to be done primarily. Getting rich starts with having the right mindset and dedication to do so. You have to believe that you can really make things possible as much as you're willing to take the extra mile to acquire your preferred value of wealth. As Cardone writes in his book, the biggest mistake is to think becoming a millionaire is impossible. He also adds that the first thing you have to do is to decide to become a millionaire, multi-millionaire, or billionaire if you want. Then, you must reinforce that decision over and over. Do the math. Following the mind conditioning process is crunching the numbers. This step is for you to see what it actually takes to reach 7 figures or whatever it is that you want to achieve. He said for any goal to be achievable, you must believe in its possibility as a realistic and doable goal. And the best way to do this is simply by doing $1,000,000 math. The $1,000,000 math simply asks the question, how many different ways can you earn $1,000,000? Cardone cited several examples in his books like having 5,000 people buy a $200 product you're selling or having them pay you $17 a month for 12 months. Both will give you a sum of $1,000,000. While this example seems like an oversimplification of the actual process, the point still stands. Do the math to make possibilities and create strategies. Diversify your income streams. If you want to get rich, one stream of income will never be enough. In fact, most self-made millionaires tend to have at least 3 sources of income. Increasing your income streams is almost not as challenging these days. Thanks to the growing market in the internet, opportunities have seemingly widened and continue to pick up its pace. From internet sales, at-home writing blogs, editing for authors, releasing a podcast, and the list goes on. Apart from this, Cardone also highlighted another set of income streams outside the cyber world. Some of the best options are real estate rentals, stock market investments, side businesses, part-time jobs like teaching or being an Uber driver. You see, diversifying your income streams doesn't have to be as complex as it sounds. All it takes is finding the right kind of stream that works well for you. Look for people who got money and spend time with them. In the process of wealth building, the kind of people you surround yourself with matters. For Cardone, the key is to look for people who are wealthy and can be your potential market. In his words, make a list of who has your money, the money you want, and figure out what you can exchange with them. Regardless of what you offer, whether it is a service, a product, or an idea, there's always one question you need to keep asking yourself. Who's got my money? There is an abundance of money in this world. You just have to get in front of those who have it, investors or potential buyers, and provide them with value. Go ahead and get your favorite beverage and popcorn. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. Stay broke. Even if you manage to increase your income, you have to assume that you're still broke. For Cardone, this is just another way to keep yourself motivated. According to Cardone, the notion of staying broke serves as a force to continue producing new revenue and keep reinforcing the process that had been proven successful. By assuming that you're still poor, you'll continue to create more wealth and never let your money sit around. Cardone follows the same method. In fact, he had made it a personal policy to never ever have money sitting around. In his book, he said, "Once I started increasing income, I immediately moved the surpluses to sacred accounts that were out of my reach and marked for future investments." Cardone has this system of investing his money before paying anyone else, which he pertained to as paying yourself first. This strays him away from the temptation of wasting money in an unnecessary manner. Invest your savings. Among the most effective methods of making yourself rich is not by saving your money, but by investing them. While it is necessary and important to secure savings in one way or another, what you do with the money you save is still what matters most. Instead of keeping your savings untouched and letting the bank play around with your money, using it to get something better is a much wiser move. If you're trying to build wealth, you have to make the most out of your savings. Cardone said, "Save to invest, don't save to save." Say no to yourself. Getting rich requires you to get comfortable in saying no to yourself. Most people have this tendency to be impulsive with their money, and the prevalence of online shopping these days doesn't help at all. Almost all of us enjoy purchasing something online and have it delivered in your home. But imagine doing it multiple times in a month. Your expenses would add up and you are putting your money in jeopardy. This is the reason why refusing to conform to your unnecessary desires is important in the process of wealth building. It basically shows how focused you are on your goals. Here's a trick you can follow to become less impulsive with your money. We call this the 72-hour rule. Whenever you feel the urge to buy something online, let the item sit in your cart for 72 hours before you purchase it. Through that, you'll have some time to think whether the product is worth buying or not. Avoid inflation. Taking into account how inflation becomes a global phenomenon nowadays, as the prices of everyday items are continuously rising, the real question is it really possible to avoid inflation? The key is to look for less expensive options. Instead of buying that very expensive house, find something else that will cost you less money. Even though you will still get equity, it won't put you in debt. Lifestyle inflation affects those living on a minimum wage as well. Even if you can trim out a lot of expenses, you can become a millionaire. Just be creative and persistent. With the prevalence of global inflation, food has become the #1 concern for most people. Food is essential, and your favorite brands may be more expensive than off-brand ones, and now would be the best time to make a shift. Planning your meal beforehand or making your freezer meals are another way to save money on food. If your wallet is hurting at the pump, you can save money on fuel using a gas app to find the best prices. Overcoming the hurdle of inflation could be a challenge, but that doesn't make it impossible. Ask for help. Managing your finances can be incredibly overwhelming at times, more so when you're trying to come up with a retirement plan. With so many investment options and uncertainty, this can be quite stressful, especially when you lack knowledge about it. In fact, 60% of working people are uneasy about planning their retirement. This date makes it understandable why only 25% of Americans says they are confident that they are planning for retirement correctly. It is also for this reason why it is important to seek help from professionals. Unfortunately, in America, only 29% use a financial advisor, while 65% do not. Working with a credible financial advisor is necessary to ensure that you're making the right decisions for your wealth. Consulting a financial advisor is essential in the process of establishing a plan to reach your financial goals. Not only that they can assist you in choosing the right investments, but they can also help you maximize the value of your money once you have it. Invest in yourself. This should be the mantra of all aspiring billionaires like you. Investing in yourself is equally important as investing in stocks and other passive income generating assets. You have to reinvest portions of your wealth in your education. This will pay off 100-fold. Quoting what Cardone wrote in his book, as long as you are alive, you will either live to accomplish your own goals and dreams or be used as a resource to accomplish someone else's. This is why rich people grab a book with a mindset. What sets them apart from most people is their constant hunger for knowledge. They always wonder, where could their next $1 million be? Did you know that CEOs of major companies read around 60 books a year? Guess how many books do normal people read in the same period of time? Less than one. I hope you can now see the connection of wealth to a person's knowledge and education. Thank you for spending some time with us today. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.